Justice League, written by Jeff Johns, art by Jim Lee. Oh boy. This book is the start of the entire New 52 universe, in every possible meaning. I mean, technically we'll get to books that are dated before this one, like ones that take place in the Middle Ages and whatever, but when it comes down to what you should read first, this is definitely it. This is the introduction. This entire first arc is the introduction of how the Justice League came together, and it's set 5 years ago, but I don't mean 5 years ago from now, 2021, I mean 5 years ago from 2011. It even says so on the first page. So I guess this is 2006 when all this is happening, and basically all you really need to know is that superheroes aren't really a thing. Like 5 years ago is when they just showed up. It was where Batman first started, it's when Superman first started, and everyone's kind of a little bit wary of superheroes being around. So, what happens in this one specifically? Well, we open with a sniper rifle trained on Batman. So right off the bat, yeah, we're not super big on any sort of heroes running around. Batman is chasing down some hooded figure on rooftops. He's got GCPD helicopters and snipers after him. Finally, he catches up to the hooded figure, and it looks like some sort of demonic beast thing. When he finally gets it tackled, it unleashes just this fiery energy blast and starts wailing on Batman, who shows up to save him but Jeff Johns' favorite creation, Green Lantern, who we will get to. He throws a fire truck, a green fire truck, mind you, at the Parademon. Oh, sorry, I'm not supposed to say Parademon yet. They're just we don't know they're Shh. Anyway, Green Lantern shows up. He's surprised that Batman's even real because he thought he was just an urban legend. GCPD starts firing on everybody. They have a little chat about, who they are, what they do, why the people are firing on them, for readers who have never picked up a comic before. It's an intro. Parademon gets up. He shoves Green Lantern out of the way, launches a giant energy beam at some helicopters. Green Lantern makes some constructs of bats to pull the helicopters from falling out of the sky, which, for knowing Batman for all of 30 seconds, I'm not sure why he would do this, but hey, good on him. Anyway, Parademon gets away, scuttles off down the sewers. Batman and Green Lantern take pursuit. And there's this wonderful little sequence here where Green Lantern tries to guess what Batman's powers are, like, can he fly, does he have super strength? And he comes to the realization that Batman is literally just a dude in a bat costume. But then he immediately proves himself by somehow stealing the Green Lantern ring right off of Hal Jordan's finger, which is always a fun little sequence. They come across the Parademon. Parademon has this box that he's trying to fuse into a wall. Green Lantern charges in blindly, which is going to be a very recurring theme in this book. He startles the Parademon, I guess, who then says, "For Darkseid," and explodes. Green Lantern protects them inside of a construct. They find the box. They're like, this looks like it belongs to an alien. Hey, hasn't there been an alien coming up in the news recently? What was his name? Super Duper Man or something? So they go off to find Superman. Cut to a football game where Victor Stone is just doing fantastic, and all the scouts are there, and everyone's cheering him on, except for his dad, who isn't there because he's busy with science stuff. We'll get more on him throughout, but anyway, they see the green jet flying above them going to Metropolis, where Green Lantern's like, hey, Batman, I got this. Look, I know a thing or two about aliens. I'm kind of a Green Lantern, so why don't you just stay here? And then he gets decked by a red and blue blur flying through what looks to be an entire building. And who's standing there, having thrown the punch, but our New 52 Superman, collar and all. Oh, it looks so bad. Anyway, that's what happened. Now, as for the issue as a whole, it's an origin story. I mean, you're going to hear me say that for the next 6 months. It's an origin story. It's breaking down the characters into their most basic bits so that everybody can understand. They literally say things in here that if you had any concept of the character at all, you'd be like, Okay, yeah, I get it. Yes, clearly that's how Batman like thinks. But again, they're putting it down into the most basic blocks so that people who don't even know that can come into this and they can pick it up. So it's fine, writing wise. Out of 5, I'd probably give it like, I don't know, 3.5. It's not anything, oh wow, so amazing. The Justice League found a box. Like it's nothing so far. And it ending on the cliffhanger of Superman, not bad. I like that. The fact that the very first issue does show Superman in a very beautiful looking splash page, by the way. But I don't like it how the whole way they set it up is him and Batman are about to fight. And it's like, really? In issue 2 of your first book, that's when you're already going to have them fight? Like, okay, I guess, whatever. But maybe that's because I'm sick of it because I've already seen Batman v Superman. Anyway, as I was saying, the splash page for Superman is beautiful. There's one of Batman flying over the city that looks great. All the art in this is fantastic. Jim Lee definitely took his time. The only problem I say I would have is something is weird about, like, dead-on shots. If a person's in profile, totally fine. It's dead-on shots that something's a little bit off. You can see it the most in Green Lantern because his mask, it's shaded. Maybe it's because of the light that's like all around him, but he doesn't look like he has a nose. It's just like a flat. There's like no shading in the places that would indicate that his nose is coming out from his face. If he turns his head, it's fine. It's there. But from dead on, something just doesn't look right about it. But overall, Jim Lee's art, totally good. Nice amount of detail to it. I give that probably like a 4 out of 5. So altogether, I guess I'm giving this issue like 7.5 out of 10. It's good. It's a nice start. It's certainly not something like, oh, gee, that's how they're starting the universe. No, it's fine. It's Justice League #1. Clearly they knew this was going to work out. But hey, we'll see what happens in Justice League #2 next month.